Welcome to our first poem of class 10th, All Things Bright and Beautiful, written by C.F. Alexander, Cecil Francis Alexander, who was born in Dublin, Ireland in 1818. She is a famous hymn writer and poet. Hymn means praise to God. Her famous works are Hymn for Children, Christmas Carol, Once in a Royal David City, Verses for Holy Season. The poem All Things Bright and Beautiful is included in Hymn for Children. The poem was taken from the Hymn for Children. It is wonderfully written about the creation of God, and the destinies it holds. This poem, widely accepted in schools and sung at prayer for thanking of God for each blessed day. Each day of ours have a lot of blessings of God. For that blessings we have to thank before God and we have to pray to God. So generally we see and enjoy many things around us. What do we see? Beautiful sunrises, sunsets, trees, flowers, rivers, mountains, birds, animals. We smell the fragrance of flowers, feel the change of seasons. Season after season we follow. We smell the fragrance of flowers. We have eyes. Why do we have eyes? To see all this, all the creation of God. All have the God touch. And lips, we have lips. What is the duty of the lips? To praise the beauty of the creation. Who is the creator? God is the creator. So, in this poem, All Things Bright and Beautiful, the initial stanza, let us go to the first stanza. All things bright and beautiful. All things bright and beautiful. All creatures great and small. All things wise and wonderful. The Lord God made them all. All things, whatever we see inside our world, they are bright, they are beautiful. All creatures, they are great, they are small. All living beings are great and small. All things wise and wonderful. The bright and beautiful things, the great and small creatures, the wise and the wonderful things, whatever we see, they are only made by God. The initial stanza makes it very clear that all creatures, whether they are bright, whether they are beautiful, small or great, wonderful or wise, were all made by the Lord God. Every single creature, each and every single creature has a reason to be on the earth. For their existence, for each little bit of creatures or being, they have their destinies. They hold. Every single creature has the reason to be on this earth. They have the meaning of their life. All these were made by God for the reason to be here. See, then explains about the features of each living on the earth. Each living of the earth. The second stanza. Each little flower that opens, each little bird that sings, He made their glowing colors, He made their tiny wings. Each little flower. Inside the world, we see each little flower that blossoms, that opens. The birds turns into flowers. Each little bird that sings. He made their glowing colors. Glowing colors. Who made? He means the first person God. The Lord God made the glowing colors. The glowing colors means the flowers, petals. Each little bird that sings, he made the tiny wings. Who had tiny wings? The bird. The singing birds have tiny wings, and God has made them. So the color of the flowers, the chirping of birds, the beginning of every new life is only God's design. Beginning of every, where do we get the word beginning of every life? Each little flower that opens, the bird turns into flowers. Each little bird that sings, God only, everything is God's design. God is the only architecture. So the colors of the flowers and the chirping of birds, beginning of every new life is designed by God. Hence, we should thank Him. We should thank Him. Here in the third stanza, the purple-headed mountain, the river running by, the sunset and the morning that brightens up the sky. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made them all. Each little flower that opens, each little bird that sings, He made their glowing colors, He made their tiny wings. The purple-headed mountain, the river running by, the sunset and the morning that brightens up the sky. What is the color of the mountain? The mountain is purple-headed. What is purple-headed? Purple-headed means when the setting sun falls on the mountain, it looks purple-headed. Glowing colors. First, we have noticed He made their glowing colors. Glowing colors, here purple-headed. Two types of colors are here. Glowing, bright colors. Glowing means bright. The purple-headed mountain means the setting sunlight. When the setting sunlight falls on the over the mountain, falls on the mountain, it looks reddish blue or bluish red. So that color is called as a purple-headed. How is the mountain looked like? The mountain was look like purple-headed. Where do the river running by the purple-headed mountain? So the sunset and the morning that brightens up the sky. What brightens up the sky? The sunset and the morning. Where do the river run? The river runs by the mountain. How was the mountain? The mountain was purple-headed. Why purple-headed? Because the setting sun, during the time of setting sun on the mountain, it looks purple-headed. So next, the poetess, she explains about men and they being on earth. Some are rich and some have castles. Some are poor and homeless, whether they stay in castles or they are homeless waif. Whatever you may be now is all God's making, God's design. He has specific planning when He has created each one. God has specific planning when He has created each one, each living, each existence. Again, she says, no matter, it doesn't matter how poor you are, no matter what you have, you should thank God for what you are. We should always thank God for what you are. Let's next we have to go to the next three stanza.